The economic paradox of the US penny, a costly coin. The seemingly simple act of producing a 1-cent coin, the humble penny, has become a financial paradox. It now costs significantly more to manufacture a penny than its face value. This phenomenon, highlighted by recent reports indicating a production cost of approximately 3.1 cents in 2023, raises pertinent questions about the economic viability of maintaining this denomination. The primary drivers behind this escalating cost are the rising prices of the raw materials, copper and zinc, which are integral components of the penny's composition. To understand this economic anomaly, we must delve into the manufacturing process of the penny, the fluctuations in commodity markets, and the broader implications of this cost disparity. The composition and manufacturing process. The modern US penny is not pure copper. Since 1982, it has been composed of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. This composition was adopted to reduce the cost of production as copper prices rose in the late 20th century. The manufacturing process involves several stages. Blanking. Large sheets of zinc are fed into machines that punch out circular blanks, which are the basic shapes of the coins. Plating. These zinc blanks are then electroplated with a thin layer of copper, giving the penny its characteristic reddish-brown appearance. Upsetting. The edges of the blanks are thickened through a process called upsetting, creating a raised rim. Striking. Finally, the blanks are fed into coining presses, which strike the design onto both sides of the coin under immense pressure. Each of these stages requires energy, specialized machinery, and skilled labor, all of which contribute to the overall production cost. The role of commodity prices. The primary factor driving the increased production cost is the fluctuating price of copper and zinc. These commodities are traded globally, and their prices are influenced by a multitude of factors, including global demand. Economic growth, particularly in developing nations, drives demand for copper and zinc in various industries, such as construction, manufacturing, and electronics. Supply constraints. Mining operations can be affected by geological factors, political instability in resource-rich regions, and environmental regulations. Market speculation. Traders and investors can influence commodity prices through speculation, creating price volatility. Energy costs. The energy required to mine, process, and transport these metals also affects their final cost. In recent years, the combination of increased global demand, supply chain disruptions, and rising energy costs has led to significant price increases for both copper and zinc. The cost of these raw materials directly impacts the production cost of the penny, as the US Mint must purchase them at market prices. Economic implications and considerations. The fact that it costs more to produce a penny than its face value has several economic implications. Financial loss. The US Mint incurs a financial loss with every penny produced. This loss is ultimately borne by taxpayers. Opportunity cost. The resources spent on producing pennies could be allocated to other areas, such as infrastructure or education. Inflationary pressure. While the impact of penny production on overall inflation is minor, the increased cost of production reflects broader inflationary trends in the economy. Waste and inefficiency. Producing a coin that is worth less than its production cost raises questions about the efficiency of the monetary system. Circulation and utility. The penny's utility has diminished over time due to inflation. Many retailers and consumers find it inconvenient to deal with pennies, and they often accumulate in jars or are discarded. Arguments for and against eliminating the penny. The cost disparity has fueled a long-standing debate about whether to eliminate the penny. Arguments for elimination. Cost savings. Eliminating the penny would save the US Mint millions of dollars annually. Increased efficiency. Eliminating the penny would simplify transactions and reduce the time spent handling small change. Reduced waste. Fewer pennies would be produced and discarded, reducing environmental impact. Increased focus on other more useful denominations. Arguments against elimination. Psychological impact. Some argue that eliminating the penny would psychologically feel like a form of inflation. Rounding issues. Concerns exist that rounding prices to the nearest nickel could lead to price increases for consumers. Nostalgia and tradition. The penny has a long history and is a symbol of American currency. Charitable donations. Many charities collect pennies for donations. Potential alternatives. If the US decides to eliminate the penny, several alternatives could be considered. Rounding prices. Prices could be rounded to the nearest nickel, as is done in some other countries. Reducing production. The US Mint could reduce the number of pennies produced, focusing on other denominations. Changing the composition. Exploring alternative materials for penny production could reduce costs. However, this is difficult due to vending machines and other coin-based systems that rely on the size and weight of the current penny. Increasing the value of the penny. This would be extremely unpopular and have many negative side effects. Conclusion. The rising cost of producing the US penny presents a complex economic challenge. The increasing prices of copper and zinc, coupled with the inherent costs of manufacturing, have created a situation where the penny's production cost far exceeds its face value. This disparity raises questions about the economic viability and utility of the penny in the modern economy. While arguments exist for and against its elimination, the ongoing debate highlights the need for a comprehensive assessment of the penny's role in the US monetary system. The decision to retain or eliminate the penny will ultimately depend on a careful consideration of the economic, social, and practical implications.